What is up with the kids these days? By the way, doesn't it seem like we're always saying it? The reason is because we're always saying it. That expression is as old as time itself. Remember baby boomers? They were hippies. They were going to change the world. Remember Gen X? The slacker generation. And of course, most recently, millennials. Very entitled, very narcissistic. They can do anything. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new sheriff in town. There's a new generation that we're talking about, and they're called globals, or Generation Z. It's the generation after millennials. And believe it or not, the oldest of these Gen Zs are starting to enter college, which means they could be interns at your company really soon. Now, in some ways, they're very similar to millennials, but in other ways, they're very, very different. We call them globals because they're the first generation that is both literally and figuratively global. We are so connected, and they've grown up with the internet since the day they were born. So they've had Skype pals in different countries. They know what's going on in different places around the world. It's part of what they've done. And if you will, literally, their projections that in about 20 years, we'll be able to fly to different parts of the world, the farthest parts of the world, in less than 3 hours. So they're a global generation. Now, as I said, in some ways they're very similar to millennials, but in other ways, they're quite different. Let's talk about the 3 biggest ways they are different. They're much more realistic than other generations, especially millennials. They grew up with a big depression going on. They saw their parents maybe lose their job. There's been less affluence over the last few years, and they grew up with a lot of wars. So they're more realistic. They're willing to work harder. They're a little bit grittier than other generations. They're more proactive. 77% of high schoolers now say they want volunteer experiences to help them get a leg up when it comes to internships and jobs. So these guys understand that they're going to have to work a little bit harder maybe than other generations thought. They're connected, hyper connected. Now we know millennials are connected, but these guys are like millennials on steroids. 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds know how to swipe these days. They understand what it takes to live in a world where we are all connected through Facebook, through Google, through Skype. They've had pen pals in different countries, and as a result, they're hyper connected. So join me in welcoming globals to the next generation that we will be talking about. And if you want to talk more or learn a little bit more, follow me at Twitter at Brad Karsh, or check out www.jdtrainingsolutions.com.